guys, and welcome back to another video of Outer Worlds. We are back again. So let's start. In the last video we were able to persuade the AI of this ship to let us drive it. So now we have to find spare parts to be able to leave this planet. So let's go. I'm really enjoying this game. This game is pretty cool. Cool graphics.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Let's try 3.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Alrighty then. So, we were able to lie. Oh yeah. So let's go. 300 meters and we will find our materials for our big ship. It's cool. It's a cool ship. I hope it has big guns. It's an enemy? No. It is. Hello friend. Bam 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 bam. What? What? Okay. That didn't go well. I was like, I'm a bad boy. And then I was not a bad boy. I failed like a newbie. Okay, let's go. Nice. Did you guys see that? It was an enemy spaceship. Are we going to have space battles? Star Wars style. Bam bam bam. Pew pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Okay. This is the cemetery. It is.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Hello friend.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
Don't worry.
You talk too pretty for a marauder.
Oh.
Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see. 4 workers still haven't paid up.
What?
Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except
I'm a
Ludwig
bit sick,
is.
so
He's
I'm
over
sorry
by the
guys.
landing pad.
Alright. Let's go. We have things to do. Yeah. Are you looking at me, robot? It's not a robot. Let's go. Let's enter. Faster than light ships. Nice. XP engage. Cool, cool, cool. So, Saltuna Cannery. Okay, why not? Open sesame. What is this? An elevator. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir.
Seems
is
we've got
this?
a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
True story.
Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
Hmm.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great.
Let's go. Let's use the
I
company.
got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Perfect.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay, companions. Companions provide combat support. Their skill enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capability. Nice. Perfecto. Okay.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Let's go. Pam 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 pam. Parvati. Cool name.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry.
Of course.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Very well. Your dad seems to be a good person. Oh,
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
hello.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Yeah, you know it.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked her to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
It didn't work.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
Nice.
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner.
Okay.
I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Alright. Parvati, let's go. Parvati. It's funny because in Portuguese it's similar to parvo. That is like an idiot person in English. So Parvati, it's kind of funny to me. I'm in the wrong. Yep. Not here. Not here. Raise your medical skill unlocks consumable slots for your emergency medical inhaler. Okay. Let's go, Parvati. We need to move out. Bum 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 bum. Parvati, we need to move. We need to go save people. Or not. You can get temporary bonuses to your skills from consumables. Okay. Perfect. Parvati, are you there? You are there. Let's go. Let's go. We need to move out. Hold on, girl. Oh.
Heading back.
Okay. Are those enemies? They are. Oh yeah. Let's go. What? Boom boom. Nice. Items. No items. What was that? A new weapon? Oh shit. A sight rifle. Come on. Oh shit. Oopsie daisy.
User joined your channel.
Como é que é? Level
Mas já resolveu os
3.
problemas.
All my problems are solved.
Todos. Todos eu?
Todos. Vamos só um
Ok.
segundo. Não digas nada. Alright guys, we are going to stop here. Hope you guys enjoyed this small video of Outer Worlds. I'm really enjoying this game. So see you in the next part. Bye bye.